what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of body work to try to get out a couple of the dents that are in here. So hopefully the light is good. You can see all these dents on the top cover. There isn't so many on the other trays. So to do that, I have this gear wrench set, Bodywork set. You know, I could have bought like a Ghidorah or a Hazet set like this, but it would have run me about 10 times as much. And I figure I'm not going to be using it that much. So the quality should be good enough just to get through this job at least. So I'm definitely not an expert in doing body work. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to say I'm doing everything wrong. Always interested in learning new skills. So if people don't know, the serrated body hammer is used to actually shrink the metal. So if you have like a really big dent that you need to shrink that metal that was stretched, you would use something like this. And then we have these dollies. I think they're also known as anvils in Germany. And they're using these types of hammers because you don't want to wail on the sheet metal. You really just want to give it very light taps, because you don't know how that sheet metal is going to react in certain spaces. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. It's not bad for an amateur. I'm not so worried about this part because there's going to be a mat that goes on that. So I got some of the bigger dents that were around here. So I think that is good enough. So now we're on to the other pieces. These definitely don't look as bad. Alright, I think that piece looks good. Alright, I'll show you a little bit of close-up here. So what I'm going to do is bend the metal here using these Knipex covers. Let's bend it up a little bit. And then we'll straighten it out using this dolly. There you go, that looks pretty straight there. So we've got a couple more just minor dents left. One right here. We got one right here. So in a couple of places it looked like they got some paint. Right here. All I'm just going to do is scrape that white paint off. There's more of a problem on the top cover here. So in terms of prepping the paint, I'm not going to strip off the paint entirely. What I will do is I'll try to feather in the edges where the paint has been has chipped away. So all I'm using here is a 600 grit sandpaper. Just very lightly sanding. This will also help give it something to stick to when we paint. In terms of a paint color matching, this was actually the closest I could find in a spray form. If we want any closer, we're going to have to get a non-spray paint, get a paint sprayer. Which I don't really have, it's not really worth it. But you can see it's actually pretty close. So this right here is basically the current Hazet blue, and this is what was on the trolley, and they're not the same, as you can see. But this is about pretty much in between those two. So I think this will probably work. So what we'll do a little test here on one side of this, and we'll see how it turns out. So here goes nothing. I think that looks pretty close, but we'll see how it looks when it dries. Alright, well that's going to take quite a while to dry, so if I don't come back, I'll catch you guys next time.